At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Lakeside Casino and RV Park, where we earn the best ratings for our RV park in North America with the most beautiful scenery and quiet surroundings. Our casino features the best gaming experience, entertainment that'll blow your mind, and come see the great changes in our buffet, all here at the Lakeside Casino and RV Park.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
Welcome back to News 46. Butch Harper is at it again. Local disabled American veteran and inactive Marine Reginald Knight received an Act of Kindness Award last night at the DAV meeting held at the Elks Lodge on Basin Avenue.
Many of our veterans have served their country in a distinguished manner. Not only that, but they have fought for other veterans. So at this time, I would like to present the Act of Kindness Award to Reginald Knight. Oh, thank you. What am I reading it, Reggie?
The Act of Kindness Award presented to Reginald Knight, dedicated Marine, who fought for his country and for the benefits of all military veterans. No, not all kindness is ever wasted. Thank you.
This is the man right here. And everybody knows. What'd you say one time, Bob? You told you never give up?
Oh, no. I got my disability, and then I said, thank you very much. And he said, we're not done yet. You're going to get your other half. So I'm indebted to Reggie. Like so many others.
That's what it's all about, this man right here. And again, Reggie,
Thank you, guys.
thank you for serving your country and serving the veterans.
Hey, Reggie. Not as lean, not as mean, but still a Marine, right? Still coming late.
In our desert climate, dry eyes can be an issue today. Optometrist Dr. George Leek speaks about the signs and remedies for this medical problem.
Dry eye is really a misnomer because most of our dry eye patients complain of excessive watering, and that is not unusual at all. What we have to remember is that we have two types of tears. We have the lubricating tears and the irrigating tears. And when the lubricating tears are not sufficient, then the eye will automatically use the irrigating tears, which will cause the excessive watering. The best way to find out whether it is truly dry eye or an infection or something else is come in and get your eyes examined. We will be able to diagnose that by doing a slit lamp exam on you and using some different kinds of drops to interact with the tears and see if you have lots of tears. People who have dry eye complain not only of the excessive watering, but sometimes they complain of itching, burning, scratchiness, blurry vision. All of those things can be caused by dry eye. And there are some treatments for it that are very, very good, and that's why it's a good idea to come in and have your eyes examined if you suspect that you have dry eye. Definitely dry eyes. Number one, the environment. In southern Nevada, it is perfect for dry eye because we have a very low humidity, and you know the tear film is very, very thin, so it doesn't take much for it to evaporate in this. Also, the dust and the pollution, other pollutions in the air will cause the person to have dry eye. As we grow older, we produce fewer tears, and naturally the eyes become a little drier also. Medications can do it, especially medications for allergies and over-the-counter allergies especially. Over-the-counter drops or medications for allergies will cause the eyes to dry out. And definitely makeup can cause it, especially when you put it along the, I think it's the eyeliner that goes right along the lid margins, because a lot of the glands that produce the lubricating tears exit. The duct exits right along the tear margin, the lid margin, so that when you put the eyeliner on it, you clog them up and the tears can't get out.
What type of treatment do you have for dry eye?
We usually start off with artificial tears, and that is an over-the-counter preparation. And if that doesn't work, especially if you have to use it too often, I like to see a person use it no more than 3 or 4 times a day. If you have to use it more often than that, then we can go to some prescription medications. And one that we think of, maybe we've seen on TV advertised, is Restasis. It works very, very well. There are some others all the way up to doing contact lenses that will help keep the eyes a little bit more moist as well.
And so people can make an appointment right here at your office here on Calvada. What's the phone number?
Definitely. Our telephone number is 775-727-8300.
In today's Angie's List, Ian B. Clark files this report regarding what to look for when boarding your pet.
Boarding your pets overnight can help avoid the stress of a car or plane trip to your destination. So, in today's Angie's report, how to make sure that your furry friend receives the care and attention they deserve at a boarding facility. Buddy. Brandon and her husband Dennis were planning a trip out of town, so they needed a reputable boarding facility to take care of their dog Riley. Before you drop your pet off at a day or overnight boarding facility, Angie's List says there are questions you might want to ask the staff.
It's important to do your research about the kennel before you use them. You want to find out whether it's going to be the right fit for your pet. Are they used to dealing with elderly pets, if that's the case in your scenario? If you have an overly active pet that likes to be outside all the time, are they going to get an opportunity to be outside? These are important questions to be sure you pick the kennel that's right for your pet.
We did have to ask for them to actually be aware that he was an adopted dog with a very limited history other than some history of abuse and neglect. So we were afraid, because his temperament was somewhat unknown to us, if they would just keep a real eye on him before integrating him with the other animals there. And we were told that they would do a temperament testing of him before they ever integrated him with the other dogs. So that really put us at ease.
It's also a good idea to ask what vaccines are required and how much your pet will be interacting with the other animals and staff.
You know, we're fortunate that we can take our dogs outside. A lot of daycares can't because of the zoning, and they just can't get approval. So each daycare is different, and we limit the number of dogs we have on the space that we have. Each dog needs a certain amount of space. If I put too many dogs in that room, you know, they're going to feel crowded, and you know, tempers might flare a little bit. So that would be a concern if you're looking for a daycare, is how many dogs are in there and how many people do you have watching those dogs, and are there people watching them all the time, and you know, do they have access to the outside?
It's very important that you actually visit the kennel before you choose which one. So once you have it narrowed down to a couple of kennels you like, go visit. Even take your pet with you to visit so that you can find out whether it's going to be a good match for your pet. Also, be sure you understand exactly how the fees are going to work. Understand, you know, is the price they're quoting for just staying at the kennel, and are there extra charges for play times and things like that, so that you know exactly how much you're going to pay for your visit.
We've not used the doggy daycare yet, but we did use the boarding 2 different times. And both times we came back, his tail was wagging, and he seemed happy to see us, but he also seemed happy with his experience there.
There are specific questions cat owners should ask prior to boarding, such as the cats, are they housed away from dogs, or do they have plenty of room to move around comfortably and to access their litter box? And some actual boarding facilities, they now have webcams so you can monitor your pets from home. This is Ian B. Clark for News 46.
Well, research on Earth and on Mars suggests that the red planet could be covered in chemicals similar to those found in household bleach products. That could mean that any traces of carbon-based life rest far below the surface. In a new study on a meteorite that originated on Mars and landed in Antarctica 12,000 years ago, Tufts University scientists have found evidence of nitrate and chloride, suggesting that chemicals that can break down organic compounds may be present on the Earth's surface. But if there are fossils of carbon-based life on Mars, they're probably deposited underground.
We'll be back with more local news with Deanna O'Donnell and Entertainment This Week.